Hey everybody, this is Come&PartywithNick, now here for segment number 8 of my 400 subscriber special. And the first one I'm doing this not a multiplayer game. And this time after basically 2.5 years, I am finally finishing up my unofficial Sonic Adventure DX playthrough today. So yeah, we just have one more story to go for and then we should be at the end here. And I got a special guest with me, here with me in the form of Video Game Fan 96, aka Dominic.
Yeah, hello everybody, it's Video Game Fan 96 here, and I'm really excited to be a part of this.
It'll be a lot of fun for sure. I think this is actually the first time I've got a special guest for this game period, so
you're the second
it's really cool as well.
100 model machines.
Yeah, I do know basically, after completing all the storylines, I know you're doing like the last story segment.
Yeah.
Gamma.
And this is the last story I have to do, so basically in this video I'll be doing both this story and of course the final boss. But of course I'll cross that bridge with the final boss when I get there. So yeah, we get to take control of E102 Gamma here. And yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Yeah, basically, as you can imagine, he's basically a robot. You can like fire projectiles and stuff, and yeah, he's actually pretty fun to use.
Just through this door. Your big brother.
It's kind of funny how I kind of like Gamma's gameplay here, but I don't really care for
Enter Gamma.
Tails and Nick.
You're not as advanced. This beta is
even though they play similarly to Gamma. I don't know. That's just what I think anyway.
Yeah. I can definitely get that, but you know, overall, you know, I still think he's a fun story. Like, I wouldn't say he's like my favorite character in the game. That would still definitely go to like either Sonic, well, definitely for sure Sonic, but then probably after that Tails. But Gamma's still fun.
Yeah, I pretty much like almost all of the gameplay styles in Sonic Adventure. The only one I don't like is unsurprisingly Big the Cat.
Yeah, that's pretty much the universal opinion, because, you know, Big the Cat's fishing just isn't not that fun.
Like, I don't know who over at Sonic Team thought, oh yeah, Sonic fans will love fishing.
I know. It's like, it's one of those things where, you know, if it weren't required to beat the game, I just would not bother with it at all. But yeah, I didn't really talk much about that first mission because it's really easy. Basically, all you gotta do, as you saw, is just destroy the Sonic doll, and then that's the end of it.
So pay attention to
what
basically,
how Gamma's gameplay style works is more stuff you destroy in a combo, the more time you receive because you are timed in Gamma's levels. Thankfully, Gamma's levels are pretty simple anyway, so I don't think it's that much of a problem.
Yeah, in my experience, I never really had an issue with the time. Other than maybe the last level sometimes, but even then, I think I've only died like one or two times on it in the many years I played this game.
I put my bets on beta, but I owe you at least a fair chance.
Alright, but now we gotta fight D101 Beta.
And basically, what I usually tend to do is I literally just stand in one spot and just fire away, and I basically win.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, the optimal strategy. Honestly, that's probably what I could have done there. You know, I just kind of felt like, you know, just for fun, it'd be kind of cool to just walk around there. But yeah, it's a very, very easy fight.
Oh, you surprised me, Gamma.
I had a
feeling there was more to you than meets the eye. I hereby grant Gamma permission to serve on board the egg carrier.
Various other mini bosses in Sonic Adventure.
So you want to come along with us, eh?
Knuckles won because of Knuckles' Uno.
Okay.
Yep.
We can already spare set I guess. You have special permission.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna try my hardest to not do a whole lot of jokes in regards to that, but it's kind of funny though because someone actually made like I think like a 10-minute long version of it, or like a 10-hour long version of Knuckles saying "oh no," and the comments on that I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen that video, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, and I think I made this clear out for the first video, but obviously it has been a while since I recorded this, so this is of course the Xbox 360 version being played on my Xbox Series X.
1, 2, 3.
Like I said, technically I could just record this obviously from the Dolphin emulator, but you know, I've got this downloaded on my console, so I figured why not? It's the easiest way I can play this game right now.
A very special announcement.
I do have Dolphin emulator as well, but specifically on my phone as well. Because me using my phone, I think it's only really good to play like the farm games on there because you know, that's how it is. But and I even tried using Dolphin emulator on my computer. And let's just say there's a bunch of slowdowns, so unfortunately I can't run Dolphin on my computer.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Luckily, I do have a PC, so it can run Dolphin pretty well. But you know, definitely it is much more of a struggle on my laptop. Anyway, so yeah, as Eggman hinted at there, we gotta go ahead and get the Green Frog, aka Froggy, and what better stage to do that than Emerald Coast? So let's go there.
Yeah, we all can't forget about Big and his, like we all can't forget how Big always loses the dang frog, and he still loses this is his very day. I mean, look at Sonic Frontiers. Big lost Froggy again on there.
Yep. And you know, the funny thing, because obviously I made fun of, you know, Big earlier, I honestly don't even think, you know, he's that bad of a character. I just think his gameplay in this game is just not fun. But as a character, I think Big is honestly not too bad.
I can't complain too much there. I mean, I can understand why some people like Big the Cat, because I guess Big's personality, I guess, is kind of somewhat adorable, kind of, not really, but I guess everyone just has their own different tastes, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we got Froggy, so we gotta get back to Eggman, but first, of course, let's do this mysterious cutscene as always.
Because yeah, basically, pretty much everybody has the cutscene in this mysterious place. So there's that.
Yep.
Accessing data. No data found. Location unknown. This presents a problem.
And you know, I've read on the voice acting in this game pretty much throughout this entire unofficial playthrough, but I unironically do think him obviously not the funniest, of course, but I actually do think, like, generally speaking, he's got some of the best voice acting. They actually, in this game, they do represent his robotic character pretty well.
Just the voice acting in general, I think it's left to be desired. I mean, like, and like, don't get me wrong, Ryan John, I think is fine as Sonic, and probably a few other, but then you have, like, very weird lines, like, of how they delivered it, like, for example, not just the Knuckles one, but one of the most infamous lines ever, of Sonic being like, oh no, watch out, you're gonna crash.
Yeah, exactly. Not just that, but the way he screams because he's like instead of ah.
Be one of them, huh?
It really just feels like, you know,
they. To be fair.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say. To be fair, this game came out like 1999, so I guess at the time the voice acting in video games was kind of the standard at the time. I can't spoil the voice acting too much here.
Protection allows them to continue seeing.
And honestly, you know, even for as bad as the voice acting is, it at least I think is funny. So there's that. I mean, you know, it may not be like exactly good by any means, but it is funny to make fun of.
To take their sacred home.
That's the way I look at it anyway.
Off to us all. My true hope is that someday we'll understand each other.
one of my favorite lines in this game also comes from Tails, where like at the beginning of the game when we're fighting Game Man, he's like, "Or else what, huh?" Trying to sound serious, but of course not coming off as serious at all.
This we want. No, here's the real one. My frog is the right one.
I know it's actually kind of funny though. You mentioned Tails because kind of funny you mentioned that because I do know like it's Sonic Adventure 2. The voice actor's brother that played this kid in this game. They were actually brothers. So in Sonic Adventure 2, they hired his brother because I guess at the time. I guess the original voice actor for Tails here, I guess his voice got deeper, and so they end up having to hire his brother for Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, that is quite interesting. I know that does sometimes happen in like video games and movies, or like if someone like ages out too much, they like replace them with like another person or like even a sibling. Anyway, goodbye, you useless robots.
Yeah, bye-bye.
You will get a new assignment. This one's easy.
Although I won't lie, I actually kind of do like Eggman's voice acting, and I kind of won't lie.
What's there?
I think he does a pretty decent job as Eggman. Like, I still think Mike Pollock is still better, but I kind of like Eggman's voice acting here too.
Yeah. Dean Bristow definitely did a good job. It is a shame that he died so young.
Is this
and I'm not mistaken, I think he died shortly, not long after Sonic Advance 3 came out, I think, because that was the last Sonic game where they used the Studiopolis voice actors.
Yeah, I think...
Or not the Studiopolis, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah. I think it was like not too long after that game, because I think he died like I want to say at the beginning of 2005. So yeah, it was pretty shortly after that, sadly.
I actually, I actually did I don't know about recently. It was more like several months ago. I did play Sonic Advance Trilogy. I thought they were fine, but I think Sonic Advance 2 is probably the best of the trilogy. It's not really saying much, but that's what I thought anyway.
Yeah, I've only really played 2 and 3, and both of those games, I think I like 2 a bit more, but they're both good games.
This is the wrong room.
See, I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I remember this cutscene.
Yeah. This is, of course, the cutscene where, things are about to change a little bit in terms of, Gamma's perception of the world and really what's going on right now.
Go away!
Give me the bird.
No way!
Resistance is futile. Give me the bird.
I said no!
Why not?
None of your business, why not? I want to know why you want it!
Data unavailable.
You don't even know? You'd be mean to him, you bully!
Yeah, prime example right there of the cheesy voice acting.
It's kind of funny though, because I actually heard that "you bully" sound from song. I think it was from like Nick and Friends plays Call of Duty, and they used like some kind of soundboard or whatever, and that was one of the lines they gave Amy for the Sonic plays Call of Duty or whatever it is.
Does not compute.
Well, I'd say that's interesting.
I mean, personally, I don't care about Call of Duty, but I remember but I guess just type in Sonic Call of Duty soundboard and you'll probably find the video.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've really only gotten into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I don't really care about the other games too much.
Yeah, I used to like Call of Duty, but long story short, I just lost interest in the series because all I'm gonna say is that it seems like they add in like one new weapon and one new map, and that's it. And part of it doesn't help too that they pretty much abandoned the story mode, so that didn't help.
Yeah, every new Call of Duty just basically feels the same to me every year. Like, honestly, I'm pretty much at the point now where I wouldn't even be able to tell you which Call of Duty is which anymore.
Yeah, you can literally show me any Call of Duty, like any Call of Duty in general, and I probably won't even know what Call of Duty game it is.
Take care, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, I was gonna say, like, you can tell me at this point that, like, you know, a picture of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is like a picture of Modern Warfare 3, and I'd probably believe it just because of how samey the games have become.
I mean, sure, I know people can argue that Kirby games are samey, and especially Mega Man, but if you were to show me like a Kirby game, and just show me a random level from said Kirby game, I might, you know, figure it out. Mega Man, maybe not so much, because I find Mega Man to be more samey, but I don't know. It's just like, don't get me wrong. Like Mega Man games I know are samey and I love them, but even I have to admit, them are kind of samey. And well, they are actually releasing a new one in 2027 called Mega Man
and hold the jump button and you'll float for a while.
And they actually are doing some kind of Robot Master contest, and whatever the first 8 Robot Masters of the voting of the fans, then they'll be chosen, because basically what I mean is the fans are drawing the Robot Masters, and it's up to the fans, the Mega Man fans, to choose which ones they like the best. Unfortunately, the one I voted for was from some artist. Let's just say he did some bad things, so had I known that, I wouldn't have voted for the person, but whatever. My point being is I'm pretty happy to have another new mainline Mega Man game, because the last one we got was Mega Man 11, back in 2018.
Yeah, and that's nice at least. But yeah, you know, it is definitely unfortunate that person you're talking about turned out to not be a good person, but, you know, unfortunately, you know, there's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, you know, as much as I'd like to, you know, be able to know about, you know, the moral framework of every person I meet online, that's just unfortunately impossible to do. Still, it is always a shame when that kind of thing gets revealed.
I believe now it's time for Sonic to say, oh no now.
Aye, sir. I will comply. I'm counting on you, Gamma!
And yeah, I did get the booster jet, which I think is actually a very, very nice upgrade. Gamma's only got 2 upgrades actually, but I think the booster one in particular is really nice.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yep, you're right. Oh no!
I still think Knuckles' version is better, but only because I just think it's funnier.
Yeah.
Stop, Mr. Robot!
Amy?
Say what you will about Amy, but seems like at times she really can fix almost anybody.
I know you're not an evil sort. Wait, remember me?
Yeah, she could probably I guess, meet someone that has no emotions whatsoever, not kind of robots, and she'll find a way to befriend them.
Amy!
Yep. She really does have a good heart, for sure.
I really don't get this.
Sonic, look! The A carrier's losing
And you know, not to spoil too much, because obviously I still want to do the Dark Mode in Sonic Adventure 2 later on in another special, but I can't believe I've gotten to that, by the way. But that is an important plot point in that game too. Is that I like how Amy kind of helps steer Shadow in the right direction in that game too.
And yeah, so and I also recommend the Sonic movies as well. The Sonic movie 3 because considering what Nick was saying earlier about Shadow being in there. All 3 movies are really good, but the Sonic movie 3, that movie blew me away, and it seems to me that the Sonic movies are getting better and better. And I'm not going to spoil anything for the upcoming Sonic movie 4, but let's just say that based on what I've seen on the after credits scene from the Sonic movie 3, it seems to me that this is going to be an interesting premise.
Yeah, I am really excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, and I do agree the movies just keep getting better and better. Like, I love, like, Adventure 1, was, what am I saying? Sonic 1 was decent, it was a good movie, but 2 and 3 are definitely a lot better.
And although I am pretty happy, though, that they changed the design for Sonic way back when, because let's just say that the original design that they went for it was pretty bad. Like, and I don't know who over at Paramount looked at the design and thought, oh yeah, this is good, because it just looked really bad. It looked hideous to say the least, and thankfully they ended up delaying the movie until Valentine's Day 2020. Funny enough, and even after they changed the design of the movie, I still thought the first Sonic movie would have been mediocre at best. But I went to the movie theater with an open mind with my uncle way back when the day, and my uncle's wife too on top of that. And we really enjoyed ourselves with the first Sonic movie. The rest is pretty much history.
Yeah, that is very nice, and I'm definitely glad the original Sonic movie turned out as well as it did, and yeah, I remember just how bad that original Sonic looked. Thank goodness they did change it, because if they didn't, I'd imagine we probably would not have gone even one more movie out of that.
Yeah, if anything, they probably, like, even after, in the Sonic movie 1, where they showed Tails coming to the Sonic movie 2, I don't even think they would have been able to make a sequel if they still continued on with Sonic's original design because of how bad it looked towards many Sonic fans, and myself included, because, again, like I said, I don't know who over at Paramount thought that was okay. Like, at least one person over at Paramount knew the original design for Sonic wasn't good, because why else would they show all that off in the trailer?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, now we're of course changing direction here in the story. We are now going to be saving Gamma's friends here, and of course by that I really mean killing them.
Yeah. I always found that very odd. Even my first playthrough with Sonic Adventure 1, where Gamma claims that he's gonna rescue his friends, but kind of find out he's killing them. But I guess you can kind of see what they mean, because as you clearly saw, after defeating him, an animal came out of it. So I think what they're implying is when you defeat them, an animal comes out of it. And that's how you rescue them. I think that's what they're trying to imply. But at first glance, it doesn't seem that way, because you're just defeating them, basically.
Yeah, essentially, like I said, and I'll get into this more, of course, when we get to the end of the story, because, there is definitely kind of like a deep, kind of sad implication here. But basically what we're doing now is we're basically trying to rescue Omega's bird friends from being trapped inside these robot shells.
I think I've seen some glitches out there where certain characters went in levels they weren't supposed to. Like, for example, Knuckles come to Emerald Coast.
Oh yeah, I've done that before by getting like Tails in Emerald Coast. Anyway, the nice thing about, one of the nice things about using Gamma 2 is you don't have to worry about any fucking, you know, BS with the monkey switch. You can literally just shoot the little gate right there, and you can use that to get into the level here, which is very nice.
If it's one thing I don't like about Gamma's gameplay along with Tails and Eggman levels and gameplay styles is the fact that you're constantly hearing beeping sounds because of the shooting that you're doing in the levels. That does get kind of annoying after a while.
Yeah, for sure. And there's not really a whole lot to Gamma, so you know that's why. Like I said, he's not my favorite character. But like I said, you know, for what it is, considering it is short and you know, short and sweet, it doesn't ever feel like tedious or anything like that.
That's kind of why I like Amy's gameplay. I mean, sure, she's not fast like Sonic, but I thought her story was pretty short, but it was also sweet at the same time. Amy is not the best character to play, far from it, but I still like playing as Amy. Pretty much almost all the characters, except for Big, is already established. But in terms of my gameplay styles, I would Sonic and Tails, because you know, traditional Sonic gameplay with the spin dashing and all that good stuff. Go figure, no homing attack and all that good stuff. And for Tails, I do like the idea that you are racing against Sonic and later on, Eggman. It's kind of funny though, because like, okay, Eggman, his AI is normal, typical stuff of racing. Sonic's AI literally has rubber banding AI because I think I saw a video out there where Sonic was like teleporting in the videos, I think.
Dang, yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah,
I'll just go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say another robot down.
Complete.
What did you also see, Dominic?
Oh yeah, I think in the same video, I think I remember seeing Sonic's AI glitching in Tails' story. I think it was in Windy Valley. I think it was. Where Sonic, I guess he kept on jumping, so basically all you heard in the level was Sonic jumping. Kind of reminds me of Sonic Origins in its original release date, where if you Tails and Sonic 2, which is a lot of time, all you hear is Tails constantly jumping, but thankfully they fixed that in a later update.
Yeah. There's honestly a lot of glitches in Sonic Adventure 1, and that's, you know, and that's why, you know, I've always said that, you know, even though I personally do love this game and consider it honestly one of my personal favorite games, I can also definitely understand why some people make the argument that's, like, objectively bad, because it definitely does have a lot of problems. It's just, like I said, I love the game even in spite of those problems. It's a beautiful mess.
I agree, this game does have a lot of glitches, don't get me wrong. But at least, in my opinion, this is way better to play than compared to Sonic 06, because sure, that game has riddled with glitches too, but it's just everything about that, it became infamous, and, well, let's just say Sonic 06, I would highly recommend avoiding against it, unless you want to play Project Sonic 06, which is a Sonic fan game that is based on Sonic 06, but it plays better. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the creator of said fan game, I think, is almost done with the game. I think all he has to do is touch up some levels, but the creator did confirm that he is not going to be doing, you know, hub worlds and town missions and the cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. But he said that, I think he said that the next update he's gonna have for it will be the final one. So there's that. But point being is, Sonic 06, I would highly avoid it. I mean, the only redeeming quality of Sonic 06 besides the level design being pretty decent.
Use your laser blaster. Its blast damages enemies in a wide pattern.
I think, you know, the soundtrack is basically the best. It's probably one of the best Sonic soundtracks ever.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And yeah, I did decide to get that under upgrade because it is going to make killing enemies in Lava Shelter with Gamma definitely a lot smoother, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And of course, like I said, we got one more robot here to destroy, so let's do that. Well, actually 2 more, but the final one of the main levels, I mean.
In the case of soundtracks, I do like the soundtrack in Sonic Adventure 1 as well. Especially wow, careful Gamma. I think probably one of my favorite songs in Sonic Adventure 1 is Final Egg, which I know some people are gonna find Final Egg Act 1's track, whatever the name of the song is called. But I call it Final Egg Act 1. I know people will say that it's kind of repetitive, but I don't know. But yeah, I just think the soundtrack of Sonic Adventure 1 is pretty good too.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. And luckily with Gamma, since you do have the jump booster, you can literally just jump right back on the platform and just fly there. So unlike the family, you don't have to play a waiting game, which is nice. Yeah, I'll go and pick up some stuff here. And yeah, like we were saying earlier, the big thing about Gamma is that you want to rack up a lot of combos. That way you can always, keep your time in good shape.
I just don't understand how that works, not gameplay-wise, but story-wise, as to why you are timing in these. Because I think the only time it works first level. But I think the reason being is because. And basically in my head canon on that Eggman / Dr. Robotnik, he is tasking Gamma to destroy the Sonic Ball in a certain amount of time. Otherwise, they just I just don't think. Okay, I guess maybe except for the Froggy one too, maybe. But other than those 2 things, I don't see how it once it's always being timed.
Yeah, it does kind of feel a bit strange.
But hey, can't complain too much. It just means you gotta stay on your toes and rack up some good combos.
Exactly. And it's not like it's even that hard either. It's just a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, it's kind of why I don't really think Gamma's gameplay is that bad. Despite me not liking Tails and Eggman stages gameplays, even though they both play similar to Gamma, but I don't know. It's just the only gameplay styles I like in Sonic Adventure 2 is Sonic and Shadow gameplay, and along with the Shadow Garden, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not gonna go on a major rant here, but they literally nerfed the Master Emerald radar in Sonic Adventure 2. Because before in Sonic Adventure 1, all the Master Emerald pieces will be located on the Master Emerald radar thing. But in Sonic Adventure 2, it's one at a time. So meaning that if you found Master Emerald piece, but it's transparent, well, tough luck, you can't get it because you have to collect them in a certain order. And part of it doesn't tell too that the Master Emerald pieces are randomized too, which kind of makes it harder to get A ranks.
Yeah, in general, I definitely do think. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the treasure hunting stages, period. But I do think they were handled a lot better in this game compared to SA2 for sure. And that actually is a big part of the reason why I do prefer Adventure 1 to 2, is just because of how much I don't like SA2's treasure hunting stages.
Look, don't get me wrong, I do understand why Sonic Adventure 2 is a loved game towards the Sonic community, and I could definitely see why a lot of people love it. Like, during the story, that was pretty decent, except for why the gun agents confused Sonic over Shadow beyond me, or vice versa. But I just don't really see, but I just don't really like Sonic Adventure 2 compared to other people, but nonetheless, that's my opinion.
Yep. Alright, with 19 seconds to spare, we got him. And yeah, I do agree. Like I said, I don't hate Sonic Adventure 2. I actually do still think it's a really good game, but I am definitely like one of the very few people out there that says that this game is better than that game.
Complete.
And I know that's definitely like kind of an unpopular opinion, but hey, you know, I've got quite a few of them. Anyway, we're almost done with Gamma's story here. We just got one more boss fight, and then we're good to go. We're kind of gonna go into a bit of a tragic ending here.
I really do like the ending
rescue complete.
of Gamma's storyline. I'm not gonna
Units
spoil
remaining.
it for obvious reasons, but you guys will see what we're talking about.
Yep. But all I will say is that it kind of is a bit deep for this game.
Gamma.
And I honestly didn't even really fully understand it until a couple years ago. Well, I should say like maybe like 8 to 10 years ago, because obviously, you know, the older you get, the more you can kind of understand why the seriousness of these things and stuff. But certainly when I was a kid, I didn't really get the implications of a lot of this stuff until I was like much older.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, like when you're younger, you don't understand what's going on certain stuff. Then when you get older, you start understanding stuff. It's kind of like how it was with me on certain other games and movies or whatever, and kind of find out is how it is. Like, you know, I think I've seen like, well, I don't know. I don't know how else to word it, but just say that basically when you get older, you start understanding stuff more.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also just because, you know, obviously, you know, you start to understand the world in general a lot more. So, you know, with your smarter knowledge and of course just understanding, you know, life in general a lot more, your knowledge increases. And that's also why.
Go ahead, my bad.
Okay, so that's also why I look back on some stuff some stuff from my childhood and teenage years that I cringe now, and others that I actually like even more now, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, I have more appreciation for them now, because it's like, yeah, I fully understand where they're coming from, like, or what they actually mean, like, I know this is kind of like a completely different example, but like, you know, the whole don't drop the soap joke from SpongeBob so Gary Takes It Back, you know. As a kid, I had no idea why people were saying that was dirty, but now as an adult, I do get it, and it's like, you know, wow.
It's kind of why I prefer. It's kind of one of the reasons why I consider myself a big SpongeBob fan. Mainly seasons 1 through 3. I got some episodes after the movie, like for example, Krusty Towers. I enjoyed, but otherwise, point being is the older episodes I think are better than the modern one.
I definitely agree. Anyway, I'll go ahead and yep. I'll go ahead and actually stay silent and kind of let this play out a little bit, and then of course for anyone who may not really understand what's going on, I will explain after the credits. No.
Oh no, Gamma, no.
And yeah, here's the final theme song. Spoiler alert, it's the only non-lyrical one.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that this one doesn't have lyrics, but I guess it's understandable because it's literally like one of the cutscene themes, so I don't see how they would turn this into lyrics.
Yeah, same here. Plus, I mean, it kind of speaks for that. The ending cutscene kind of speaks for itself anyway in some ways, I think.
But I do have a Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on my Nintendo GameCube, and I think I might have to check my personal file unless I decide to leave it for some stupid reason. But I think if I'm not mistaken, in Sonic Adventure DX, I think I had like 90 something or close to 100, like 100 something emblems. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, at least in the GameCube version, it removed them for some weird reason. The GameCube version, the more emblems you get, more Game Gear games you unlock. And in fact, all the Game Gear games are every single Sonic Game Gear game ever made it into the disc, which I thought was pretty cool back then.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And yeah,
I mean, I would still say the Sega Master System versions are better, but it is still cool nonetheless. They can unlock them.
yeah, absolutely. And you know, obviously, you know, I first played these games on the GameCube as well, and obviously, you know, I didn't even realize they were on another console first until, like, you know, I was like 8 or 9 because, you know, I didn't discover the internet until like a few years later. So this is like my first exposure to both this game and Adventure 2. So you know, definitely when I played the Dreamcast version later on, it kind of felt like, I guess, like a bit of a shock to me. But I actually do think both versions are fun in their own way. I know that the GameCube version technically is like the inferior one, just because of, you know, just because obviously it's got some more glitters and stuff. But I still think it's a good port in its own right.
I never played the Sega Dreamcast version, but based on what I've seen on screenshots, I do agree that the Sega Dreamcast version looks better. It's kind of funny though, because if you guys remember in the cutscene where Gamma was remembering Amy, in the flashback cutscene, it's kind of funny though, because they instead of updating Amy's model in the flashback cutscene, they literally just reused Amy's Dreamcast model.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that she was the only one model they actually got reused, whereas all the other characters they kind of got like different like uglier models for.
A lot of people agree though that the character models aren't that great, and I do agree that I think Sonic looks fine, you know, but I don't know, but I just don't think the character models for the you know, for Sonic Adventure DX is as bad as people says it is, but I can definitely understand where people are coming from, considering that the characters look shiny, they look like they're made out of plastic or something.
Yeah. But like I said, you know, I'll still always have nostalgia for the GameCube version.
Like, I didn't play the first Sonic Adventure game until you know, the Xbox 360, you know, and then I later got it on the GameCube. So there's that for you guys.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, I love this game so much, and I kind of itch to admit this, but I bought it like in almost like every platform it's on. So I have it on Dreamcast, GameCube, obviously. Obviously, I'm playing the 360 version right now on the Xbox Series X. I did download it on my PS3 as well, and I'm pretty sure I even have it on my PC. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, now that the credit sequence is over, I'll go ahead and explain a little bit more about what was going on there. So essentially, kind of like the deeper backstory to this particular story is that, like, essentially, like, Eggman was like basically like capturing like a bunch of animals or birds, I guess you could say, and essentially like kind of like making like his own like robot cratons out of them. So what Gamma was setting out to do there was basically freeing all his fellow bird friends from being trapped inside those robots, and to make sure they weren't being used for Eggman's evil plans. And so at the end, Omega was basically kind of, I guess for like a point way I can say this about YouTube kind of, you know, killing my channel. I guess the way I can say this was basically, you know, kind of just, you know, offing himself at the end there so he could be with his friends. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's understandable considering YouTube's rules, but yeah, let's just say that's what happened, and it's tragic, but there we go.
Yep. And honestly, I really do gotta get credit to this game for coming up with like such kind of like a deep hidden story like that. Like I said, it's not one you'll understand when you're younger, but definitely the older you get, the more you can appreciate kind of what they were going for there, and the fact they were able to tell it so well. Anyway, with that out of the way, it is time to end this game, everybody. We're going off to play as Super Sonic, or rather, kind of continue with Sonic, but then do the final boss fight here. So yeah, let's do this.
And in which case, this is this last story segment, or in this case, Super Sonic segment, pretty cutscene heavy. So fair warning on that.
Yep. And technically, of course, you can skip a lot of these, but you know, for the sake of completion, I won't do that.
Ooh, I hate that Sonic.
Well, apparently in the Sega Dreamcast version, you couldn't even skip cutscenes at all.
No, it seems to go my way.
Thankfully in the GameCube version and onwards, you can skip cutscenes.
Yep. That's good at least. I'm definitely glad they made that change. Yeah, if I
never owned this Sega. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, obviously, if I wasn't recording this for YouTube, I probably would be skipping the cutscenes, but like I said, I do feel for YouTube it is important to kind of show, like, you know, the completeness of this game.
The Master Emerald is where it belongs.
But yeah, that's what I tend to do.
But Angel Island is still far.
I forgot I was gonna say originally,
doesn't make any sense.
But this is the kind of thing I tend to do. On my channel, so like if I'm playing a game
that I
on my channel for the first time, then you know I don't skip the cutscenes because I want to show the viewers.
I'll take them to Sonic for his advice.
What the cutscenes are like. Well, for the most part, because on some specials out there,
Eggman.
I decide to not skip the cutscenes. You know, to make it more special.
This is
kind of like what I get for nickname mention on one of my segments for Sonic Generations,
Is what?
where I didn't skip the cutscenes. So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely a lot going on here for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I find this cutscene somewhat funny because of how Tails comes in. Just look at Tails'
Yes,
character
Eggman,
model, and you
learn a
guys will see what I'm
lesson.
talking
Yep.
about.
And maybe I'll take another vacation somewhere.
Sonic!
Hey there, Tails! Did you find the tornado too?
Never mind that. Get up and follow me.
Tails, how are you?
Angel Island
That's
is
what I'm talking
falling
about.
again.
Tails,
Hey, no way!
how are you
Who blew
moving?
it this time?
I don't know,
without
but we
moving your
better
legs?
hurry.
Yeah, I kind of just noticed that too. What the heck? Honestly, like in 27 years of well, I shouldn't say 27 years. I wasn't even alive for 27 years, but like, in at least like 20 years of owning this game, I honestly don't even know how I didn't even pick up on that until now. That is crazy. How Tails is like literally just like skating his legs around like that.
It's kind of funny though, because I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, like, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but like, also Sonic, what are you doing? No, seriously,
for Station
I
Square
think my
will be
first
departing
playthrough
soon.
on this game on the Xbox 360, I think even I noticed.
Yeah. And yeah, my bad about that. I almost kind of forgot which direction I was supposed to go in for a second. That's why I did that. But now I remember.
Yeah, now I remember it too. But for some reason, my brain was thinking you're supposed to go to the jungle first to meet up with. At least that's how my brain remembers. But it's been playing Sonic Adventure DX in quite a bit of a while, so I don't remember certain stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with me, you know. And even though I've played this game for much of my life, I've only done the final mission a few times, so I don't exactly have it memorized as memorized compared to like Sonic's status, for example.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to go to the jungle first, so you can go to Eggman and then come back over here so you can get up with Knuckles. I think I could be mistaken now.
We'll see. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I was gonna say, I could have sworn it. You had to be like around here.
Sonic, sorry.
Knuckles! And Eggman! What happened here?
He stole my Chaos Emeralds. And Chaos is still alive.
What?
He's not gonna get away with this!
I really love how they literally just reused
Hey,
that
Eggman,
voice line.
Wait up!
Yeah, basically,
Sonic.
I believe the final
Chaos
boss
is a
fight
fearsome
against
beast.
Eggman and Sonic's
If he
storyline
gets that
being out of a
last
certain
Chaos
amount of
Emerald, we're
times.
done for.
Yep, and
No
I think
need
he
to
also says
explain.
that in Tails'
We'll get
final
on it.
boss fight, if I remember
Tails?
correctly.
Right.
What? Oh, jeez! This place. It looks familiar. It's not
Well,
a
it should
dream
be
after all.
familiar, because you were here before.
Exactly.
Get out of my way!
No way!
Did you hear what I said?
I won't obey!
We need those 7 emeralds to give us total power. It's power for the people. And they are your people too, you know. We must get that emerald.
Greed is our enemy. Once it starts, you will always want more. Please don't do this. I beg you.
Bah! I don't listen to the words of a child. Ready, men? Charge!
Father!
Oh, it's a monster! No!
Hey, are you alright?
I think so. Oh my gosh! No, no, no!
Wait up!
So much movement we have to do in this part, but it's alright.
The 7
I
emeralds
find
are the
that a little bit
server's
funny.
chaos is
Because, like, you
power
would have
enriched by the
thought like
heart.
the cutscene would have
The
continued, but it's like,
controller
nope,
serves
sorry,
to
gotta move,
unify the
because why
chaos.
not?
Yep. Gotta give you an excuse to,
The 7
get Sonic to move,
emeralds
I
can change
guess.
our thoughts into power. If this emerald controls that power, please, you must stop him.
Sonic, wake up!
Right, I kind of like
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
I think at the Tails. Yeah, the
Good
face
thing
that
you're
Tails
okay.
makes right here. I
You
think
just
I've
sorta
seen
conked
that
out there.
in a thumbnail where it's like,
Knuckles left already.
like, op,
Come
whatever,
on, we gotta go after the last emerald.
Sonic
lead the
floats
way.
or whatever. I
It
think
should
that was
still
the
be on
thumbnail.
board the tornado too.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like a meme-worthy face. Alright. Now it might actually be where we have to go into the jungle.
Yeah, okay, now I remember. I don't know why my brain faulted it to the jungle first, but again, I haven't played this game in a while in terms of story-wise.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, I sometimes get that mixed up too, just because, like I said, this is by far... The final part of Sonic Adventure is definitely by far the part of the game I've played the least.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Look, it's the tornado too.
Yeah, So let's get the Chaos Emerald and leave. What? No! He's got the last emerald!
Now what do we do?
Watch a cutscene, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
But all kidding aside, I don't know. I think these CG cutscenes, whatever it is you guys want to call these, I think you know, I think they're fine. The second Dreamcast, but then again, I think Sonic Heroes is probably one of the best CG cutscenes, and I guess you could call the Sega Dreamcast era, even though Sonic Heroes released on the Sega Dreamcast, but I digress.
Yeah, for sure.
If I wasn't just dreaming, that monster is a real menace. Eggman! Looks like he's after Chaos too.
If Egg Carrier 2 was made because something like this could happen, you have defied your master, stupid beast. Now it must be destroyed at all costs.
I love the sound effects. They're corny as hell, but I love them.
It reminds me of like a Sonic X, where they have like guns, but in the English version, guns are still guns. But the sound effects they just use like, I don't know, laser beam sound effects or something.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are anyway?
It's pretty similar to that for sure.
Oh, it's you. The one who sealed chaos in the Master Emerald. Tikal.
Sonic, I don't think Tikal ever said her name to you. I'm sure she
My
said
heart
it to
has
Tails, but I don't think
always
she said
been
it
in
towards
Master
anybody else.
Emerald along
Yeah,
with Chaos.
bit of a plot hole for sure.
Now he's filled
But yeah, in
with
case it's
anger
somehow
and
wasn't obvious
sadness.
the entire time we were playing this
And if
game,
it
that
goes
little
on,
floating orb was
it will
indeed Tikal the whole
eventually
time.
destroy the world like he did before.
Yeah, she was basically the tutorial. I guess you could. Well, prior to knowing her name, of course, I think back then I called her Tutorial Lady or something.
Yeah.
Or no, actually no. I think even better. I think more like hint lady. I guess makes more sense.
He must be
Yep.
sealed in the Master Emerald now.
That's probably what I thought as well, because, you know,
How can that
back
happen?
then I was kind of too dumb to pick
It
up on the
won't
fact
change how
that,
he
you know,
feels inside,
obviously
will it?
Tikal and,
His
you know,
heart
the
will still
orb voice
remain in turmoil, and his
actress have
anger
the same
just won't
voice.
vanish. He'll just be trapped forever.
What choice do we have?
Oh yeah, I think this happened in the Sega Dreamcast version. I think, where apparently he managed to beat
Amy.
all the stories in a single sitting.
Here,
In
take
the
this.
Sega Dreamcast version, apparently Big's character model looked all glitchy during that part of the
Hey
scene.
guys, what's up?
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty funny.
Use the negative power of the emeralds.
If I can somehow get my hands on a Sega Dreamcast
Sonic,
skin, or maybe
you
even like a
should be able
Sega
to harness
Dreamcast
their
emulator,
real
I'll have to
power.
try to do that one day.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think
I
Tails is
forgot
right
what
about
what
this.
the video is called, but it is on YouTube.
Go,
YouTube, I think just type in Sonic Adventure last story, glitches you'll see, but yep,
Negative forces aren't the only way to empower the Chaos Emeralds.
Yep.
Our positive feelings toward each other can make them work. Our hearts together form awesome power.
Hell yeah! Supersonic time!
It wouldn't be a Sonic game without Supersonic, unless you want to count Sonic 1.
Yep.
I actually do prefer Open Your Heart over Live and Learn, but I did end up liking Live and Learn over the years, but Perfect Chaos.
Yep. Got all 7 Chaos Emeralds now, so it's the perfect Chaos. And, yeah, this boss really not that hard. You just gotta keep... I say as I'm fucking it up, but you just gotta keep going forward, really, and as long as you have enough speed, you should be able to hit into him, although I don't think I'll get that this time. But yeah, this boss fight honestly is, honestly kind of a bit anticlimactic for a final fight.
And the Sonic Generations version of this boss fight isn't too much better, except for I guess the final hit. But I think at the time when this was made, I don't think, well, because this is Sonic's first 3D Sonic game, not counting Sonic 3D Blast, I think Sonic Team wasn't sure how to make a proper 3D Supersonic fight, so that's I think that's why it's anticlimactic. At least Open Your Heart is really, really good. I love this song.
Yeah, listening to this song alone definitely does make the fight worth it for sure. But yeah, it is kind of funny because normally the final boss is like is usually like one of, if not the hardest boss fight in the video game, and yet I feel like in this game it's like honestly probably like one of the easiest ones.
I think it's Sonic Advance. I don't remember which Sonic Advance game it was, but where you collect all the Chaos Emeralds, but you have a pathetically easy final boss that's Supersonic in one of the Sonic Advance games.
It's been a long time since I played the Sonic Advance game, so I couldn't be able to tell you either.
But to be fair, when I was playing on Dolphin Emulator, I wasn't even trying to get the Chaos Emerald, so I'm just saying based on what I heard, and as well based on someone's Let's Play on it.
Yeah, for sure, that definitely makes sense. Oh no, fire!
I got my laser! Whatever that name goes.
Just a little bit more speed, and I probably would have had that. Oh well.
Thankfully, I think, well, I can barely see your lives, but I'm assuming you have plenty of lives anyway, so even if you do end up losing here, I don't think it's too much of a problem.
Yeah, I've got 22 lives, so it shouldn't be a problem, although I think I'll get it anyway. I messed up the first time, obviously, in the last phase too, so I have no doubt I'll get this one just fine.
I remember missed opportunity to make Sonic's icon to golden, but then again, I don't think the Sonic games ever really did that, where they changed the lives icon to Supersonic in the final bosses, but it's kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it would have been cool for sure. I do agree.
Perfect Chaos, stop shooting yellow balls or whatever they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's more like chaos spheres.
I think you're right. Alright, I believe just 1 or 2 more hits should do it.
I think it's 1 more hit, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think if they were to ever remake Sonic Adventure,
oh yep, that's it.
I think it would be kind of cool. I think it would be kind of cool if they had phase 2 to where you have a platform or something kind of similar to Sonic Generations, but whatever, time will tell. Meanwhile, Sonic is. I know Sonic flies, but meanwhile, I can just stay on water.
Yep. All right.
Final cutscene time.
Look at that flooded city.
Chaos has changed again, this time for the better.
Yeah! Supersonic must have neutralized it, so it's nice again.
Supersonic is saying that as if Supersonic is a
These are
completely
the
different
child you
person.
were protecting.
Yeah. It's like, come on, Tails, use your brain.
Which is kind of ironic considering that Tails is usually the brains of the group.
They stayed alive for
Yeah,
generations.
but even he still has
and
his,
now live peacefully with
let's just
humans.
say, less intelligent moments.
The fighting's over, harmony's restored, and life goes on. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Here's Big.
All's well that ends well, right?
Yeah, easy thing to say when the city...
Says if the
Sonic?
city is still destroyed.
Exactly, like, come on, Tails. I was gonna make that joke too, like, come on. You're saying that right now, literally, as the city is just flooded and ruined.
At least in Sonic X, I don't remember how they did it, but at least in Sonic X, somehow magically Station Square or whatever, and it's I guess just magically just come back to normal.
Yeah. So at least it made sense in that series, but not so much in here. But anyway, I will go ahead and let you guys hear Open Your Heart because it is such a great song and you guys deserve to hear it. So, without further ado, go ahead. Yeah, truly such a great and classic song. I really do love it a lot too. Definitely one of my favorite songs in the Sonic series.
And I think the first time I saw that picture was in Sonic Rivals 2 as one of the cards. But yeah, anyway, yeah, really good ending song. Sorry, really good. I don't know, a song I'll just say.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it, of course, for the 7 of my 400 subscriber special. And not only that, it's also gonna do it for my unofficial Sonic Retro DX playthrough in general. So yeah, I hope you guys all really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun recording it and stuff, and it was just a great time overall. I'm definitely glad I got to share this game with you all. Obviously, like I said, it was kind of cool. I got to do it in like a non-traditional way, seeing as how you know, there's already like 1,000 Let's Plays of this game on YouTube, and so I'm glad I could stand out in that way. And of course, thank you so much, Dominic, as well, for joining me for this particular seminar as well.
Yeah, no problem. I definitely had a really good time being over here in this segment.
Yeah, it was a great time game for sure. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the 7 of my 400 subscriber special, and of course this playthrough in general. I'll see you guys all for my next 7 of my 400 subscriber special coming up real soon. So take care, and once again, thank you so much, Dominic, for helping me out here.
Yep.